Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing The Equalizer, Season 3, Episode 11. It's entitled Never Again, coming to you from CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. Well, The Equalizer, as it does, likes to have very timely, subjects for its, crime or whatever of the week. And this week, they tackle anti-Semitism when we find that a Jewish community in New York, and a particular community center, is being targeted by anonymous masked thugs. We're going to assume they are some racist supremacists or whatever. And they've been like literally attacking people, left and right, and defacing and all that other stuff. It's a intimidation, and again, a timely sort of deal because all of that junk's been going on in our culture, unfortunately, over the last few years. And so, what we have here is a situation that is actually very near and dear and close to one of the members of the crew. That is Harry, who we find out is he is ethnically Jewish and also culturally so, even though he's not really hasn't practiced his faith. And also he has he hadn't been around his mom. He was didn't have a great relationship with her, but that's his Jewish heritage is from there. And so he takes the lead in this case, which I really, really enjoyed. Clearly, this was a personal issue for him. Similarly, in the past, Mel has taken the lead on cases where they were, targeting Asians. And so what we find here is an opportunity for us to get to know Harry a bit more as far as his family background. Again, he had kind of an issue with his mom because he felt like she abandoned him. And also to kind of get more of a look at, his cultural background. And see him get a chance to kind of reconnect or make some connections he didn't know about before. And also, I love seeing Harry and Mel in the field. So it was really nice to see them, kind of get out there and start doing, the legwork. So that's the main story plot line. And the secondary one is that Robyn and Miles are kind of going through this whole custody thing, and Dee is essentially just like, you can't stop being the equalizer, so I'm just going to go ahead and go live with Dad. And it doesn't sit right with Robyn, and she, maybe takes out an insurance policy, which is some dirt that she has on her ex-husband. And she has to decide whether or not she's going to go through with it in order to keep Delilah close. And as I always think in these cases, is since it's a family issue, how is Aunt Vi gonna deal with this? And so those are the two main plot lines, and I will talk about the second one first because the first one's pretty big deal. But Aunt Vi essentially is just like, Robyn's like, I'm not gonna tear down my ex-husband, my daughter's father, just to win here, and so she chooses to forget about the info. But Aunt Vi shows that not only is she a mama bear, not only is she just like, she's down to do whatever for the safety and security of the family, but that she's not afraid to do the hard or the dirty stuff to make it happen. When she goes and threatens Miles with this information, which was let's just say an amazing scene. Lorraine Susan she's great. We know she's great, but she's generally kind of a side character. But man, when she gets a chance to show her teeth, she's a lioness in this situation, to show Miles that she don't play, and that she's like, I'm the one looking out for Delilah. I'm the one that's going to protect her, when Robyn's not around. And also, if you keep messing with me, you're going to get the horns. So I was really great. I love that whole thing, and it resolves itself quite neatly without. And then at the end, Robyn has a good suspicion that Miles's change of heart was to do with Aunt Vi, but she doesn't question her on it. Instead, just thanks her for being there. And I love that. Like, the family stuff is really one of the big things that makes this show work. So that was a great part of the story. But the main story is, of course, tracking down who the heck are these anonymous racists, because of course they are, and it's a good investigation, but it's pretty obvious up front who is actually the bad guy, or at least one of the bad guys. Even though they do have, they have a mother in there who's not ethnically Jewish, but she's converting to the faith, and it turns out that her son is actually part of the group targeting that community because he doesn't want her to become that. He's been indoctrinated online. Big surprise. That's one of the big. I think we've seen that before in this show too, about online forums and everything like that, indoctrinating people into hate. I think it's about Asian hate before, but now it's anti-Semitism. Which, let me just say, we talk about one of the most boring, and not boring, but one of the most pedestrian and lazy bits of racism is anti-Semitism, because the shit's been done so many times before, and every time it comes back it's the exact same thing. There's nothing new to it. There's no intellectual anything. It's just a bunch of foolish, scared, racist ass bullshit, and it's no different here. And I'm sure people could be like, you're just making a straw man. But no, the problem isn't that it's a straw man. It's just that that's how fucking mundane anti-Semitism is. It's that it can be, you can do the biggest caricature of it that you want, and it still ends up being the same, more or less exactly the same. And so in this one, Harry, again, he takes this very seriously. So while he is getting some more of the true story about his mom and her demons and everything that kept her away from him, he's also very zealously following up on who the heck are these people that are attacking the Jewish people in that area, especially when he meets the rabbi, gets beset upon, and that that's his connection to his mom. So he's really, really motivated to track all this down, and of course finding out that the kid is involved, and then they're tracking him down to a club where he's listening to hate rock, which was it's a funny little moment where Mel just kind of walks in there, not thinking shit, there's a bunch of skinheads up in here. It was a fun little moment, but really tracking down this to a comic book store where people are all this small circulation racist ass comic book. It was being sold, the only place in the city's being sold. I mean, it's all a big red flag that the comic book store owner is the bad guy. And it turns out he's the writer and creator of the comic book in the first place. And I mean, this is some inside baseball, but it sounds to me like some Comicsgate, bullshit. If you got to look it up, but it's just basically taking to be some racist, sexist, homophobic comic book creators who aren't particularly happy with any kind of diversity in comics. I thought maybe that was a shot at them, but probably it was just a very generic kind of character. But I'll take it as it is. And of course Harry ends up helping take them out. He's very active in taking them out. It has a nice little badass walk-off scene where he catches the comic book shop guy and tells him he's garbage at writing to his face, and also hacks the website where all of the people were live streaming that and put them on blast, because all of these brave anonymous individuals, they get real antsy and quiet when they get exposed in real life. And I love that at least in this fantasy world, Harry's out there being a white knight and just screwing up their entire lives. Pretty great stuff. So anyway, overall, I thought it was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It told a good story, had a good message, good family things, all that good stuff. Had some good emotion. So I think it's overall great episode. Really enjoyed it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. What did you guys think about this episode? What do you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or @supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit the like on this video, join the channel, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. It helps with this channel so it can grow for more people to see these videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be reviewing the next episode of The Equalizer. Until then, I've been Mo de Poupée, your resident fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.